doesn't have a live streaming studio, is what it's called, for desktop Mac, only for desktop PC. And so and the reason for that is probably because they did copy the code from OBS, which is a streaming application, OBS, and they're accused of copying that. And on PC, they've copied it, right? But to port it to Mac or to rewrite it for Mac, they don't even know how to do it because they just copied it. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I gotta be careful what I say. I'm not on TikTok now, but even that could be, some of the other platforms could be sensitive about. Where's your chat this morning? Here we go. Chat. There we go. There you are, buddy. I posted recently, yesterday and this morning, to Reddit, asking for some help on some ThinkScript coding because I'm trying to get pre-market volume and active market volume and pre-market relative volume and active market relative volume and the gaps and the pre-market gaps and all these different scans so that I can see in the morning what's triggering before the market opens, and then what I want is during the day for that scan not to stop at the market open and then just show me what triggered at market open all day long. I needed to also continually update. And so this is kind of a difficult thing to do. So I posted on Reddit, and the legend, fucking Mobius himself, answered me like in almost minutes. So I'm not going to even be use ThinkScript anymore to communicate for ThinkScript conversations and help and stuff like that, community conversationing around ThinkScript, because wow, the legend Mobius, I mean, this guy is just a coding genius, and he works in Thinkorswim. Code is so compact and ingenious and clever and efficient, and it's just remarkable. From a coder's perspective, it's cool stuff, man. All right, so close that. We've got is today? No, it's not today. Did I say today? Wednesday? Today's Wednesday already. Wait a minute. Is today Wednesday? Man, time is flying by. All right. I'll take it. Fine. All right. So if Google breaks the 1 minute opening range on the opening candle this morning, that's an entry at the 1 minute opening range upper end breakout. But on GGLL. Now I've already got some shares. Hold on, I think the kids may be being loud on their video games, and tell them to wait an hour. Be right back. Okay, back. That's old man sitting down. The sounds. Wow, FNGR is up even more pre-market. Tilray, zoom in. Tilray with just unbelievable pre-market chart. Look at how it just continues to be supported by VWAP. What does it mean? It means there's just an endless, seemingly, supply of demand that wants in. It's probably even algorithmic purchasing. Why is it up? I don't know. Let's see. SPOX is bottom earnings related, and the pre-market volume's at 3.5 million. 8.5 million is the average. So we're at about half the average already before the open. And remember, if we can get to the average, 100%, the average volume within 30 minutes of the opening of a stock, that's a catalyst day. And so it looks like it is. It looks like it's projected to be. So I think that you could buy a nibble now, get some at the 1 minute breakout on Tilray. And this could be bottom reversing, trend reversing, renewing, new run, catalyst moment on Tilray. So, all right, I'm going in to buy some now. Hard to say what your stop should be. Maybe $1.80. Even that could get tested on this wild stock today. $1.70. I mean, if it goes back to $1.70, you've got to be just completely uninterested at that point. $1.80, you could tap and dip. $1.70 should be the stop. So 30 cents a risk. Question is, what kind of R do I want on it? What size do I want? Catalyst day, you got to go for the big size. So my target size will be full size. Well, it's not super volume. Maybe 0.6 size. All right, let me do a calculation for that. That'd be 400 shares. And so right now I'll get half, and I'll double up on break. All right, so we'll be monitoring Tilray, closely. Hey, good morning, RJ. All right. We just got SEMO, but I think that might be a buyout offer. It's pegged to 94. Could be earnings. I'm not sure. It doesn't have a little E symbol on it, so you buy out. Google obviously way up. Google is a buy at the 1 minute candle breakout this morning. Dish, we're watching Dish as well. Is this earnings related? It doesn't look like it. I don't see the E. Dish stock jumps as Boost comes to Amazon. What? Explain. Oh, Dish Network to sell the wireless plan through Amazon. That's cool. Why did it take so long? Starlink's kind of expensive. It's like, I think $500 to get the dish, and then it's, I believe, $100 a month. And it's not as readily available as Dish. So maybe this will give Dish a little bit of some energy for the fight, some powder for their keg powder. What am I talking about? Keg. Oh yeah, that's where they used to store powder. I'm thinking of beer keg. I'm like, why the fuck are we putting gunpowder in beer? Like, what's the analogy there? Anyway, I keep an eye on Tilray, by the way, as we continue to talk about other opportunities this morning. Another one is AWIN, and that's not even on my deal here. I think SEMO, we'll get rid of SEMO. Although, let's take a look at SEMO on the daily chart, because is that a catalyst day? Somebody get me real-time pre-market volume info on SEMO. Recent IPO. Tell me, what is the pre-market volume on SIMO, Primo, SEMO? Yeah, see, AWIN is at 4x RVOL already. This got real-time pre-market volume, and they can concur on some system, maybe Market Chameleon. Let's see. Market Chameleon, here we go. You see 3.8 million on Robinhood. Good. Thank you for giving me the Robinhood, because see, on TradingView it says 399,000. It's just wrong. I don't think that's correct. And you see 3.84 million, which I think makes a lot more sense. Its average is 1.3 million. And CMO, here we go. 3.5 million. See, 3.5 million pre-market. And CMO over here on Thinkorswim shows 3.8 million shares traded so far today. Interesting that, okay. Calculation show it only as 22% of average volume. Yeah, gonna have to, I mean, so much coding, cleaning work I must do on some of these scans. But so therefore, CMO definitely qualifying for. Let me double check here. The average volume is 1.2 million, and it's done almost four. It's almost so. No, that's what are we talking about here? What did I ask you for? CMO or AWIN? CMO. Oh, average volume is the same. Yeah, 1.2 million. This is why I'm getting them confused. So CMO also qualifying as a Catalyst Day potential entry, and it looks like no. Okay, because it was fetching more data. All right, IPO. But this is definitely bottom reversing, sentiment changing price difference on CMO. I mean, it went from $52 to $94, and even before this point, before this catalyzing event, it has a 4.3% ADR, which is great. Max Linear. Is that part of why it went up? So CMO, Tilray, these are all 1 minute breakout entry type trades. CMO, here it is. Okay, so all right, so try and remember that for me. Write it down. CMO, Tilray, Google. So far, those three definitely, at the very least. And with Google, you want to be trading GGLL. That's the 1.5. That's the one that gives you 50% more money. More wins, and it's also $30 a share instead of whatever Google is. All right, so we really need to examine these pre-markets before the market opens, and we've only got 13 minutes. And the Fed meeting is today. The Fed decision is today on interest rates, by the way. So if you're wondering about the market, it's going to be just nothing until then. WW. Oh, yeah. Okay. W. Whoa, my chart's loading very slow. At 1080. Okay. What we're looking for here is anything that's in pole position for a Catalyst Day breakout. We want to know that before before the market opens, because we want that 1 minute opening candle entry. Sort this because here's a 0%. PGY has just been doing super. We missed a signal on that yesterday, or did anybody get PGI yesterday? I might have alerted that. Let me see. No, but I did. I think I did talk about it. But PGY. Oh, you're in. You got it. Okay. I must have mentioned it during the live stream. But the amazing thing is PGY. I don't know what the change was there, but it used to be a $35 stock. Had a huge run in July of last year, from this price all the way to like 35, and then it sold completely off all the way back down to 250 by September. Been way down in the swamp ever since then, and then more recently it started to pick up. It had a breakout reversal right here, and it started to pick up more and more volume. It's getting the interest now. It's now hit the super stock level, and it's all over our radar. But and it could go, who knows, where. But the volume does need to continue. So keep an eye on the volume on that every day, and make sure that the volume stays strong. Especially be watching these pullback volumes. Make sure the selling is weaker than the buying. That's day does not constitute the end of the world. So that obviously comes with a lot of discretionary consideration on your part. 200 move back down here, so it's all moving averages are above, and it's in kung fu position. So PGY, you should be happy you're in it. I didn't get in it, I don't think. PGY, no, but I'm in a lot of other stuff, so I'm good. Happy. Let's see, PGY. So that's on our hot list. Now I want to make sure I sort this properly. There we go. GGLL at the very top there, up 9.26%. That's Google, but that's the leveraged one, and that's why it's up 9.26%. Tilray is not on this list, but it should be in some sense. It's starting to go crazy. I'd also be looking on this list, on the hot list, for anything that's up like that. I'd also be looking for anything that would constitute an entry signal, would constitute that it's going to paint a blue bar. By the way, RJ, do you know of any continuations today, like day 2 continuations that you're supposed to be watching? Everybody's supposed to be keeping an eye on to see if they break the high of the prior day for add-on. Let everybody know any of those tickers, because I think you go after those, don't you? You're on top of it. And that could be, for example, ERs from yesterday. Why is it that when price returns to the 50 moving average on many stocks, they bounce? Because a lot of smart money waits for that point in the oscillation of the trend. And so there's, that's a great moment. Whenever you can find a reversal around the 50 moving average, those are great moments. So, for example, on this chart here, INOD, you had about a bounce day here, the bottoming tail, and you had 2 bounce days here, and 3 bounce days here, all near that 50 moving average and never violating it, those would have been great spots for you to pick up price as the trend oscillation back in to the 50 moving average. This one more so. I'm speaking about this one here. And, it never looked back. That's about the $10 price. Now it's at $12.74. You'd be up 27% in just a matter of a couple of days or 2 weeks. FNGR is up more this morning. We're in that stock. So this is we are opening in the wick of yesterday, in the upper wick of a great day yesterday. And you can look it up on the internet, but there's a little something. I'm not sure if Oliver Kell invented it, or it might have been somebody else, or if Oliver Kell borrowed it, but he or someone calls that dubbed it the wick play. And what you see, what they noticed was that when a stock is on a hot run, if it opens in the wick, the point in which to dip buy it could be right around yesterday's close. But I don't believe that to be entirely true. I find that to be more of a 9:45 to 10:15, 10 a.m. reversal sweet spot dip buy thing. I think that transpires more truly than necessarily the wick play. I think instead what you'll see, from a lot of these stocks is that they have a fight for about 30 minutes. They end up sometimes, going down to the yesterday's close, and then by 10 a.m. They start going the other way because they've hatched that all out. I think it's more the 10 a.m. price than it is the open. But so anyway, keep an eye on Finger. We're in that, and we have not taken our profits yet. We're up 17%. ADR on that is 20%. We're not even up one ADR. So this thing, come on, it should fly. The way it's built, it should. FNGR. Does anybody know the float on FNGR? Get that really quickly. Let's see if it's around 15 million. That's my guess. MAM. H was a beautiful buy 2 days ago. And at the bottom of this base on the 20 moving average, we missed it. USI, the market's going to be opening in 3 minutes. 3 minutes. $52 million. All right, little high. So it's got some work to do. It gets more and more expensive and adds more and more pressure as price goes higher, because it takes more money to move it from higher prices, obviously. WGM coin miners. This looks absolutely beautiful. We had all these bouncings going on at the 20 moving average here, but is that just Bitcoin in general? What its chart looks like? Yeah, because HUT looks similar, but WGMI I really like the way that looks this morning, and the other ones are like BitF, BTB. Also BitF looks good. BTBT, all the Bitcoin related ones. Let's take a look at Mara. That one doesn't look good, by the way, BTBT. Mara also sitting right at the bounce. And Riot. Help me remember any others I'm missing. Yeah, Riot also, but it's a little bit differently set up. Coin. Well, I just did that one. Yeah, Coin. And then there's one more I'm forgetting. HUT. BTBT. Wolf. guys, help me out. Let's see, Wolf. While I'm on it, we only have minutes until the open. Anything I missed there? Okay, so yeah, Wolf holding the strongest. I mean, that's got the most beautiful high tight flag. Wolf showing some strength there, and also in pre-market possibly. Let's see, Wolf. Oh, Wolf Google jump. Okay. Yeah, Wolf Google SEMO was it? SEMO. Wolf Google SEMO. Tilray. All things that we should watch this morning. And Dish. What's the pre-market volume on Dish? What are you guys showing? Dish. Dish volume. Where are you? No, I don't have the information. Anybody got the volume on Dish? Oh, Gree is also interesting. Dish. Can we get the pre-market volume on Dish fast enough? A lot of these are, no, TSM not enough volume. But Dish, if we can get the pre-market volume on Dish really quickly here from anybody. Volume on the day. What is it? Dish. The average is 10 million. Then I can decide whether or not that's something we should grab also. You've got 17 seconds. But you can get me the Dish volume, pre-market volume, or volume on Dish figures, anything. Thank you. 1.1 million. Okay, so that's not enough by far. All right, good. So we'll put Wolf in that spot. All right, thank you. So get ready. Did I already get some Tilray? I freaking remember. Yes, I did. Okay. So I was going to double up on Tilray. Looking at Google. If it in the 1 minute chart breaks out, that would be a buy. SEMO falling, so no entry yet on SEMO. Google may be running already, but that's why we already have some. Tilray falling. Leading out. Let's give it that 1 minute candle though. Oh, I get rid of the Gush position. That had a big sell off overnight. Where are we in the seconds? Okay, and that's it. That's the 1 minute. So now, if you've got your signals, you should be ready. Tilray actually is an entrance. There it is. Tilray, doubling up on Tilray. That's the 1 minute entry signal on Tilray. Tilray is located. We don't have a signal yet on Google or SEMO. And then what was the other one we were looking at? Yeah, Wolf. Wolf looks good. Let's look at the risk level on that though. Wolf, you got to take it to that reversal candle, 340. 340 stop on Wolf, 370 it is now, 30 cents a risk. Bottom of the base, kind of bottom middle, 0.3R risk, Wolf. Google going the other way. It's not signaling that that signal. I'm having a figure out the amount of shares to get here. 0.3 900. Okay. Oh, that starts to get complicated to figure all that out on the fly. Actually, when you resize your R. All right, getting out of Google. That's an exit on Google. It's going the other way. It's broken down. Tilray obviously running good. Viri, stock we got in yesterday. Viri, I believe it is. Looks like it's not following through. No, you can exit that. So it looks like Tilray, the only thing making some progress. Only thing following through. Tilray. Everything else wants to sell off. Market maybe feels that the Fed will raise rates by a quarter basis point. Looks like, yeah, GREE just does not want to continue. GREE. So we take that position off probably. Let's look at it, analyze it one last time. Okay, looking at GREE. Yeah, that's a cut. Market is now tapping yesterday's lows. Which just creates chop. Tilray with a strong reversal. I'm getting all out and I'll get back in later. That's a low of the day breach on Tilray for an exit. All right, so everything wants to bleed out. Shorts are going to be activating Battle, BATL. I believe we got to exit that. Let's take a look. Rivian is up, so that's good. Oh, Battle's doing all right. Rivian, let me take a quick look at AUR. Got to cut GREE, didn't we? Yeah. And we got to cut Wolf. Didn't follow through on the 1 minute breakout. Bulls bouncing. Let's see, back to AUR. Low volume projected. All right, let's take a look at these winners as well. See if there's anything we need to take profits on. Rivian's looking like loading. I don't know why it's taking a long time. Is anybody else having slow loading times from TradingView today? Oh yeah, Rivian's just pulling up from the bottom of the base. That's nice. FNGR getting some continuation there. on our trade. Oh, come on. Okay, there we go. Yeah, fingers making progress. FNGR. It's the wick play kind of happening, right? Back a little bit, and maybe it'll take off once it hits the open or 10 a.m. Forge in some gains this morning. And Upstart. Forge good. Upstart. Upstart looking really strong. Continuing. AUID, no progress there, but we're slightly down. Let's take a look at that chart. That's fine. Stock to look at in our portfolio. AAOI, doing all right. All right, let's take a look back at everything we were watching this morning. Tilray coming back up 75% retrace so far. We are in the 10th minute of the market open. Fed decision at 2 p.m. today. Breakout on Tilray would be a re-entry. But it's going to be a real bitch if it continues to expand like that, to the downside after doing that. Just keep trapping and whiplashing back and forth. Just trying to get an early entry here. Good day. Don't need this market maker manipulation bullshit. You could always get in at the end of the day. But I mean, the idea here is to get some now. And anyway, I said $1.80 was the stop anyway, right? I do believe we sized to $1.80, so we didn't get hurt too badly there. I think we did. I think we even stopped. Yeah, we actually sized to $1.70, so we did 30 cents of risk. Technically, that wasn't an exit. That's my bad for just jumping the gun. There was just too many things to think about. I am human. So anybody's still in Tilray, just because you had balls of steel, there you go, Ben. Ben's got didgeridoo balls. These are Aboriginal balls. It's like you look down there and you're like, whoa, that's hairy. But yeah, you should still be in Tilray technically. I'm going to go ahead and get ready to buy some more now. Carl's got the balls too. Aboriginal balls. That's the theme of the day today. If you don't have Aboriginal balls, you're fucked. The Fed's going to get the best of you. Wow, the VIX is rising contrary to the market. Unless my VIX is delayed, I show a VIX of 13.84. Just like hedges being released at a phenomenal rate compared to actual price movement. So this is a very good sign coming from the VIX. The VIX is like a cheat code for the market if you know how to read divergences on the VIX. Join another chat if you don't have Aboriginal balls, says Carl. All right. I don't care if you're LGBTQ plus, PPQQ, trans, whatever. So long as you got Aboriginal balls, you're welcome here. That's all. That's really the only entrance requirement. I mean, this is just a hint at how good this show could be if we didn't live under a fucking censoring administrative, political, socio-economic, political atmosphere. Yeah, we could be having a lot of fun. Remember pineapple? Yeah. Somebody, okay, Benjamin, we need a pineapple with Aboriginal balls blowing a didgeridoo graphic. Like, so can you work on that for the next 2 days? We need that posted in the group. 100% sure. Pineapple, didgeridoo blowing, Aboriginal ball, hairy ball, SpongeBob, pineapple living under the sea, fucking didgeridoo, meme. Oh, use AI image generation. Jesus, we could probably have it in like 10 minutes. 10 minutes with Harry. Okay, hang on. Give me a second. I think I got this. Because I actually pay for one of those AI generators. AI, here we go. Should I use Wonder or Imagine? I have subscriptions to both. Let's see. Enter a prompt. Anything in detail. For more experience and better features. Well, not right now. Let me see what I can do with this. A pineapple, a cartoon. No, okay. A pineapple playing a didgeridoo and with hairy Aboriginal testicles. And then I got to do it like a cartoon style here. Let's see. Where's the style? Select style, optional. We want this to be funny looking. Pop art, yeah, that could be good. CGI looking, that would be really funny. Fictional character, maybe. Let's try that. Create. All right, it's working on it. Here. Isn't there more serious stuff you should be doing? No, Mom. Get the fuck out of here. We're creating an Aboriginal bald pineapple, okay? What happened? It won't do it? Maybe you're not allowed to use the word testicles. Son of a bitch. What happened? Create. Something happened. Creating. Oh, it put it in. Some keywords you use are detected are against our community guidelines and not safe for work policy. I'm not using this at work. I run my own business and fuck everyone. Let's try the other one. Imagine. If you don't like it, you're fired. All right, here we go. A pineapple playing a didgeridoo. We know we can get that much going, right? A pineapple with hairy Aboriginal testicles playing a didgeridoo. That's fine. And then add style. Cosmic. That would be funny. Studio Ghibli. Yeah, that would be great. Let's do that one. And advanced settings. High resolution. Nah, let's just get this done. Generate. Okay, we can't do it. It won't do it. It's not going to happen. Content restricted guidelines. No. Certainly no. All right, Tilray finally getting back close up to testing the highs of the day. Harry, you're going to have to patch it together in that app editor you use. I want to see your shitty image editing. It'd be much much funnier anyway. No, you can't. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Oh God. Well, I don't know if it needs to be obscenely nude, but yeah. I can already see it in my mind, so if I can see it, then I beat AI, that's for sure. It's really quite hilarious. It's cataclysmic, in fact. All right, looking at Google. How's Google doing? Google's reclaiming as well. I'm going to grab some more of that. No, not. Eyes on that. Let's go back here. Just the Google. I didn't get out of Google? Yes, I did. Okay, there it is. All right, so Google's showing the strength that we've been waiting for. So I've re-entered Google on that premise. And then looking at the rest of my portfolio, if anything's struggling. No, nothing's really struggling. And FNGR is really going. We're now up 21% on FNGR. Look at this on the daily chart. Yeah, it did the wick play. T-Doc, are we in that? T-Doc still flying? Wait a minute. I think T-Doc, is that an entry? That was an entry on the 1 minute on T-Doc. No, it wasn't. Well, it depends on the volume. No, it wasn't. You know why it wasn't? Okay, so T-Doc was an interesting entry because of the high relative volume it's experiencing today. However, it is not an entry because it didn't experience a bottom reversing price level from where it started from. It needed to be at least bottom reversing. You see that, RJ? Simple. This is simple stuff. You could even, use that average right there. Still didn't even get over that one. Didn't even get over this one if that's the one you were tracking, or this one. That wouldn't be the ER play. That would be massive catalyst reversing, core swing trade catalyst day entry. But as far as in ER, probably when you sprinkle what I just said on top of it, yeah, maybe. But you could still get that 1 minute opening range. Give it a try, and if it works, it works. It's still a day trade potentially, right? But I'm not going for the day trade. I'm going for a swing trade entry. Okay. But it's instructive moment being able to show that. But yeah, we're up a good amount on finger point or whatever it's called. Finger FNGR, finger motion technologies, whatever it does. What do they do? Eegu video technology. A finger tracking VR technology company? FNGR, what do you do? Of this company. Get worse. It'll be a long day. Make sure you continue to get your short hedge on. Not really getting any short return out of Enta starting today. Yeah, that's a bit positive of a sign on Enta. I'll give it a small leash, but that's about it on that one. Summary. What does it do? Yeah, I know. It's just not moving. Right. Profile. Hang on. I gotta find out what this company does. I just have to know. Shen, Lee, and Lee are some of the executives. So it's based out of Singapore, and I got a website. Got a description. Here we go. It's a mobile data specialist company providing mobile payment and recharge platform system in China. Data plans, subscription plans, mobile phones, loyalty points, redemption services, bulk messaging, multimedia messaging platform, 5G. I guess it's a telecommunications company or some kind. I just went over AAUID. I mean, what was it? AUID. It's doing fine. What about it? Thoughts on AUID? Since picking up, it's just not moving. Well, you can't ask for such better entries than that. Like, for example, look at the AUID chart here and look at the blue signals, right? Those are the signals that we got in on. Never looked back. Okay, this one's negligibly the same. Never looked back. And here we are in never look back territory. So how many days did it take for it to move after getting in on here? 2 weeks, you know? But do you want to get rid of it? I mean, the thing is, it did end up, actually, it did look back. It did end up getting tested right there. But it put in a reclaim candle right here. And you're back in. So yeah, it gives you a little whiplash from entry. And then at most it goes on like a 3-day run. So it really is up to you. And there's a 2-day run. It really is up to you. That's really a 1-day run if from entry. But the ADR is 13%, pretty strong. It went from that previous sort of entry, which would have been a 560-ish to 9 in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. I don't have to do the calculation on that. What am I doing? I can. $62% in 5 bars. That's over 11% per day. So when it runs, it really runs. And that's part of the reason why it's on our hot list. Actually, it's not. There it is. Now it's on our hot list. But let's look at the history on it a little bit more and see what. So, that's the thing. That's what we're looking at here. Look, we're looking at potentially getting back to where we were, $28 this year. We're coming up the bottom of the bowl, and you're going to wish and dream you had it at $7 when it's sitting at $20. But if it's too slow, it's too slow. My position on it is smaller. Let's see, AUI. Actually, I don't even fucking have it anymore. Wait, maybe I do. AUID, there it is. Yeah, it's sitting right in the middle, kind of the do nothing area. My position size is about 2% of my portfolio. So if yours is much bigger than that, maybe that's why you don't like it. Maybe you'd like to put your money to, that amount of percentage of your portfolio to more work. I don't know. But for me, 2% just kind of waiting. It's okay. What did Wolf do? Did Wolf turn around? No, not really. Okay. And TSEM never really triggered, and ARC didn't trigger. SEMO coming up off of the 940 bottom. Priced 87.93. SEMO. We can do SEMO. Probably $95 could be an entry on SEMO. You'd want that confirmation. All right, Google finally doing it. GGLL. We're watching that. Tilray starting to make a move to make further highs right now. AWIN and PACW not really doing much. Off to your real job. Good stuff as always, E3. Keep it tight. Keep it tight, team. MP3. Yeah, later, bro. Let's see. Go back over here. Stocks on the morning. So these are potentially things we've missed entry on. But they provide an entry throughout the day here. NEO just flying. Anybody got NEO? There was potentially a signal 4 days ago. I think that would have been Friday of last week. Theo's got it. Did I mention it? How did you get in? Was it through me? I alerted it. Certainly looks good. Okay. Yeah, but good stuff. Glad you got some NEO. NEO's doing good. Looks like it's on its way. You definitely might want to take some like 5% profits on a day like today. Super extended off of the 10 moving average. That's short-term extension. Nikola with a reclaim type candle going on. Nikola, let's grab that. Stop at $2, 25 cents of risk. Bottom reclaims, really good spot. Market kind of facing, pull back. I give it 0.6R. Nikola. Character. Okay, there we go. See, that's very interesting. At the bottom of the base like this, and with the market at the bottom, our positions are getting bigger. Our entries are getting bigger, and we have to be a little bit more judicious about which stocks we choose to be in. But I mean, this is 70%, 17% ADR on Nikola. I mean, just a single run. It could be 112% in one day, you know. How about from this other entry over here? 200% in 6 days, you know. So a good entry on this, even in the base, goes 30% to the top of the base. Good entry on this. You could see a double in a week. So you manage your risk and your position, because none of these are short things. Let me get the statistics on piercing line. Bulkowski. Statistics on the piercing line. I would like to know what percentage of the time does it follow through. It constitutes a true reversal when it's in a bullish trend. When you're talking about a stock that's in a bullish trend, what percentage of the time do you think this thing here, which is called a piercing line candlestick, or it's a very similar pattern, it's a reclaim, reversal, bounce, pull back entry in a bullish trend, what percentage of the time do you think it actually constitutes a reversal and follows through? Use like intuition. My intuition was going to say 40%. What do you guys think? These blue candles, you know, in a bullish trend. How often do you think they follow through? Not on this stock, but just every time you try and you give it a shot. You know, what do you think the failure rate is? RJ's thinking 30 to 40%. Let's go back to like AAOI. You know, it's kind of interesting. These blue candles. Anybody else with some speculation? Daria says 20%. So with a full back test, Bulkowski did the most back testing of any of anybody. Full back test on the market in all different market conditions: bear markets, bull stocks in bear markets, bear stocks in bull markets, bull stocks in bull markets, corrections, bottoms of bases, tops, the whole thing. Overall, in a bull trending stock in a bull market, this constitutes a 64% chance of follow through. I actually suspected it could be quite high, but that is pretty amazing. Especially when you couple that with the fact that we're getting like potentially full runs to even retests on very low risk. Like if you look at this here on AAOI, we got our entry here. Where's AAOI? Are we up on that? It says we're only up 1%. I don't know why. We got a late signal, but the correct signal would have been to get actually on the reclaim over here, would have been right about here. $4, right? And then the bottom of the candle there is 3. I'm going to take a look. Yes. Bottom of that candle, 385. So 15 cents of risk. And what I'm saying is you got several things that could transpire from there. So you got 15 cents of risk. Let's write that in. To the stop. Downside risk, 15 cents per share. You size that to how much money you want to lose. That's up to you, but that doesn't matter. Just check this out though. Dead cat bounce from the pullback. You have a 90% chance of a 25% bounce, right? So let's mark off the 25% point. Halfway is like right about here. Halfway to halfway is right about here. So you have a 90% chance if it moves. You got the 64% chance of the reversal following through, but you got a 90% chance of, if so, of it hitting a 25% point there, which is the dead cat bounce. And then you have the retest, because it's a bullish stock. Like, why is it moving anyway, right? And you've got higher lows in the overall trend. So why the hell is it doing whatever it's doing? It's not some short-term blip. This is, something to be watching for the next year. Oh, this is finger, not AAOI. Whatever, doesn't matter. My point is, you have at least the retest of the high. To me, that's a very probable target on something this strong, powerful, and bullish. So you have at least it going to 716 from $4. So that's 716. Let's just call it 715 minus $4. That's $3.15. Remember, that's on 15 cents of risk. So you go 315 divided by 15 divided by 0.15, and that's a 21-to-1 risk to reward ratio. 21-to-1 RR. And that just goes to show the power. So you're getting 21-to-1. Now it's FNGR, but it doesn't matter because they're all very similar like this. What I'm trying to show you is that when you get these reclaim entries, oftentimes you get these small amount of risks, and then you have nice reward. And that's if it doesn't continue, which it probably will. But just to the retest from the entry at $4, not from this 25% retrace, is 21-to-1 risk reward. So now to break even on 21-to-1 risk reward, you only need this to work out 5% of the time. That's 20, roughly. I'm just guessing, I'm just estimating. I'm actually not guesstimating, I'm estimating. Because 21-to-1 to work out to break even on 21-to-1, if something were to give you, were to work out 21-to-1 only 5% of the time, and you took it 20 times, that'd be 5%, right? And then that one time hits, and then it gives you the 21-to-1, and then you break even. You'd only need this to work out 5% of the time. Get that? To say nothing of the fact that $5 was the 25%, 90% chance dead cat bounce retrace level, and that's 6 to 1. That's 15 cents times 6, $1 of reward, minus compared to the 15-cent side. That's 6 to 1 to the dead cat bounce area, which is a 90% chance if the reversal candle ends bullish, and gives you that 64% chance that it works. So you've got 6 to 1 and 21 to 1 here, upside risk reward on something that's over a 50% chance of happening. Going all the way to the top maybe is a slimmer chance, maybe 40%, 33%, 1/3, 1 out of 3 stocks actually do it, kind of thing. But you got a 21 to 1. So the positive EV on that is phenomenal. Because you have a 21 to 1, I think that's like a 0.04, so 4% on something that has a 33% chance. So the positive EV of hitting that full arc there is 33 divided by 4. 8 is, so it's 725% positive EV return. It's like you just keep putting your money in into a machine that gives you those kinds of odds and payouts, and you'll be doing well. Unfortunately, you have to wait. It doesn't come up. It's not like a slot machine. It doesn't come up every day. But do you see what I mean? How it's so great to get those reversal signal entries compared to the breakouts or even cheats. They're just so well worth it. So even when they fail, you got to be happy. You've got to be happy because you're going to get that home run eventually. It may take a couple weeks for you to get that right one, but it's going to provide. All right, how's everything doing here? Portfolio looks like it's equalized. Wolf will not reclaim. But yeah, that's pretty amazing statistic. Also, here's the statistics. Here's some other statistics you might want to curiosity read. There we go. I pasted it to the group. There's some others that are similar, such as the engulfing, bullish engulfing. But the thing is, the piercing pattern specifically comes after a bearish signal, like a pullback. And in a bull market, you get that 64% of the time. 60. Oh, you know what? Actually, best percentage meeting the price target, 67% in a bull market. Actually gave you the wrong number. So many interesting statistics that go along with this. Oh, interesting. Piercing pattern signals, so like that one. What is it? Perform best if they appear within a third of the year 52-week low across a stock, which is exactly where we are on most of these stocks. So that's why we're getting, outstanding results at the beginning of this bull market. He also adds select tall candles for the best performance. So ones with either large reclaim candle size or a bottoming tail. That's what we're seeing on something else we just got in today. What did we get in? Nikola. He's saying, if this can get all the way up here, that's a nice large piercing line pattern. We had that the other day on something. What was that? Got all the way up. We got the follow through we were looking for. It was a reclaim. What was that? Might not have worked out in the end and we got out of it, but I'm not sure. But might have been APLD. No. Boy, APLD just doing outstanding. More. What was that? It dipped and came all the way back right up. We got it, and then it did well after that. I didn't remember that one. What, Alto? No. Might have been something we got out of. We get a lot of that, but I'm talking about when you have this very long candle. Reclaims with a very long candle. Most of our picks and stocks and holdings are doing fairly well this morning. In general, overall, as the market is just probably going to doji. I don't know if people use doji as a verb, but I do. It's going to be a doji day afternoon. We got the Fed decision at 2 p.m. I got to look for more shorts. Does anybody take my shorts? Does anybody take my short hedges? Is anybody also doing any delta neutral hedging on their portfolio? Anybody experimenting with that? Anybody doing paper trading on that? Yeah, I have. Okay, Mike says a bit. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 shorts right now. SAP. Okay. IRDM. So these are the fall from grace pattern. I've given you that scan. I don't know if you have that, but I give you the fall from grace scan. Today we have SMLP on that list. Let me see. Oh, very little volume. No, never mind. But we do have, what is that? EIFT. I think it's fall from grace because it's called EIFT. Yeah. Very similar to what was we just looking at? I was just showing you, was it IRDM? Yeah, look at IRDM, right? Yesterday was fall from grace pattern. Right now, today it's following through even more. That's what you expect, because not everybody can get out on day one. Today we have EIFT. Look at the chart on IRDM and look at EIFT, EEFT. And virtually the exact same thing going on today. So what you want to look for on EIFT on then intraday when you're trying to get these fall from grace shorts is you want to see at what level it's sort of like put in strongly, and that was this one here. Doom. 101. So I'd put like 102 stop on this and go short, especially if it can get up, up here. And you're hoping for it to continue short all day. And if it doesn't, you get out. Right. So I'm going to add that if it'll let me. That's another challenge is you might be running up against hard to borrows. Oh no, this one's easy to borrow. Well, that's the nice thing about the fall from graces also is they're usually big stocks or bigger that have been, the whole concept is that these are stocks that have been doing great and then all of a sudden cataclysmic implosion. And that's sentiment reversing, All right, so $4 a risk on that. Yeah, I'm just deciding my size. improving my delta there. So he's improving his delta. All right, FNGR is still going strong. We're now up, 20.5% on that. Rivian's up 5% from our entry. Rivian following through. FNGR is just, it's just getting started. It might pull back and, do some crunchies throughout this range, but there's going to be a good expansive move somewhere. Somewhere in here is going to skip. And we've got plenty of padding at this point. And we haven't even converted it to a runner yet. But any day here, you should convert it to a runner. Rivian. All right, Rivian's making new what? 52-week highs? New, like 6-week highs, year-to-date highs, new year-to-date highs on Rivian. But look at the volume lately compared to the last year and a half. You see that on the bottom of my chart? Down here. So, this is just, a new stock. It's a rebirth. From this point forward, nothing matters from what was behind. It's just completely new action. You don't see that on all stocks that come up off the bottom. And, you see the same volume. And it's been working, it's getting up and everything. And then it becomes subject to all these previous resistance levels. But Rivian is not. It's already cutting through lots of these resistance levels. And this is going to be just a 1/10 factor. It's not enough of a factor to cause any roadblocks. So we might see Rivian at, let's see, it went from, the new behavior is it went from like 14 in a matter of days, hit 14 to 26 in a matter of like 10 days, right? 14 to 26, so 26 divided by 14. If we happen to see that same move again, but often the second move is even bigger, often, but not always, but let's just call it the same move again. Then we're talking about $48 by the end of July, Not that it will be up there and hold and like you should invest in it, whatever. This is a swing trade. I'm saying sometime, end of July? No, sorry, not the end of July. In the next like 3 weeks, end of August for sure, middle of August, like next few weeks, you could be seeing Rivian at $48. That's the power of what's going on right now. And the reason some of these things change like that is because their short float has become radically different by the time they're a turned around company after a bear market, right? And then also their short interest, as far as like how many people are in it short, could be high. So there could be a lot of covering there that eventually happens. But their margins are higher. The demand starts picking up. They start becoming like a real profit soaring engine. And it doesn't matter if, let's say, Rivian is, 1/1000th Tesla, or that it's a luxury market or some tender slice of the market that's, negligible. They've reduced their margins, their operating efficiencies. They've, gotten to the level where it doesn't matter. They sell one car and the stock will soar. Everything's changed, right? All the restructuring that went on has changed enough that it becomes rebirthed. And so Rivian's a rebirth company. It's an IPO at this point. You don't consider any of the previous price points. You leave that to the lesser traders. And some analysts and speculators and this or that and 52-week high. None of that matters. It's all out of the window when you have these renewed type price actions coming off of a bear market on some stocks. They're rebirthed. They're renewed. I think rebirthed is probably a good word to use. Anyway, it's up 8% today, and we are up Rivian 6% on our position. We did get a signal on that 2 days ago to get in at the bottom of the base, and it did go lower, but we held on, didn't stop out. Opened today, and it's made an 8% move from yesterday's close so far. But from our price point, we're up 6%. So pretty damn good. Finger, we're now up 25% on FNGR. We do need to take a look at that and consider taking our 50% out. At the very least, take a 5%er at some point today. As long as it stays above VWAP, that's good stuff, though, stuff. Tilray, what are you doing, Tilray? Tilray is still just kind of hanging out. Let's look at all these other ones. Tilray is above VWAP all day today. I mean, even the way it's been moving this morning from market open, it's basically above VWAP. Here it is, chart here. Nice auto trend line underneath there. Yeah, and Google's hanging out. I think that's the way the rest of this day is going to be until about 2 p.m. So let's do that. Let's go hang out in the group while the market's hanging out. And I got some programming to do. I got some shorts to find. I got some errands to run, and I got some kids to take care of. So happy trading, everybody. Have a good morning, and hope that gets you on the right track. Very welcome. Thank you, guys. And the group. Oh, FYI, real quick, I am using Twitter a little bit more actively to post ideas because it will now repost them into our group. And so don't discount those bot reposted Twitter posts of mine in the group. They are legit. Okay. All right.